my auntie was like, ebu mweke mokimo hataki kukula, asi lose figure, sijui ndo asi... And I was like, what? What do you mean? You know, you've come to see my child and you're already body shaming me and saying that I am not apparently eating because I don't want to lose my figure. That makes absolutely no sense.
Hi, we are Two Bodies, One Mic. Welcome to episode 14!
Welcome. My name is Turife.
And my name is Kathomi.
And today's episode is kind of interesting because it touches on things that all of us are guilty of, okay? Have you ever made that backhanded comment or compliment? Hey, you'd be nice. You know, if you lost a few kgs, unaweza kaa vizuri sana, acha nikwambie. Wewe umeng'ara. Ukiweza tu konda kidogo, utawamaliza wote. So it's just one of those things where people kind of don't realize what they're saying is inappropriate or rude, or just people being rude, and when you call them out for it, it kind of seems like you're being petty or you're being offended by something that's, you know, they're just pointing it out.
Like, girl,
in good sport. Exactly. And because of this topic, because of the things rude things that people say to each other, there was this 5-minute rule thing that I've always said. You know, 5-minute rule.
5 minutes or 5 seconds?
5 minute, 5 second. You know, if somebody can't fix something in 5 minutes or 5 seconds, I am not going to point it out. There's absolutely no reason for me to make somebody feel so horrible about something they can't change. What do you mean you're making me feel bad about my weight? You know, if it's spinach in my teeth and you say, hey, baby, you have something in your teeth, that's something I can change. But pointing out like my acne and my weight and expecting me to do something about it in the moment, I have been here. You know, it's not something I can change overnight. So tone it down on the rude things you say to people, whether you know it or you don't know it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so in that spirit, let's talk about a few things which people do not consider rude but are actually outrightly hella rude. And I think we start on the top of the list with, you've already mentioned like the pointing out things that are absolutely like impossible to change in like 5 seconds. But there is also another one that is very close to that, very close to the weight. It is dressing and the way you are appearing on that particular day. You know, there are days when you just wake up and you really just like don't know what to wear. You just rock on kilo mevandi ukatoka nayo. And sometimes it's
and you tried your
events.
best.
You really did. You worked hard. You really just wanted to get out on time. Umechelewa, you're like, you know what, this is what I'm going to wear, and I'm just rocking it and I leave. And unfortunately for you, you're going for a small event or a small hosheman, or just basically, you are basically going anywhere. Maybe you run to the supermarket or you've gone to an event. And somebody spots you. And they're like, oh my God, that's what you chose to wear? Okay. Like, oh, it's so cute. It's like, it's so different. It's like, you really are comfortable with yourself. Like, you're so comfortable. Like, you're so confident. You're so confident. That statement of, oh my God, you're so confident for wearing that.
I could
like
never.
So anal. Like, that's the only word.
It's not a compliment.
It is so anal. It is just shaming someone for rocking a particular outfit or for looking a particular way. Oh, you leave your house like that? Like, not even brows? Oh my God, you're so confident. I could never. And I'm just like, okay, when did it become standard practice that before I leave my house, I have to look like, you know, like the Instagram filter that I use on Instagram? Can you people stop? Can you people, if I want to wake up and wear a dera to go to the supermarket, what are you going to do about it? This is what I wore, and then what? And it's even gotten to a point where now, like, automatically you become very self-conscious about what you're wearing. I'll never forget.
Tell them, name them, and shame them.
I'm not going to name them, but I will shame them. I'll never forget this one time. I had just joined this new place that I was working, and I'd come, like, it was one of the situations where we'd just gone for breakfast with my husband, and then I just went straight to work so I can now change and get makeup and all of that stuff. We used to do makeup at work. I was just wearing like biker shorts and like a hoodie, and then I'd held my hair up in a bun, just the normal way I usually look like every other day. And I get to work and they're like, oh, is that the hair? Is that how your hair is gonna look today? Is that how your hair is going to look today? I'm like, oh, what's wrong with my hair? I meshika tu yo mosodo. You gonna go like that? Like that's how you're going to rock up to the thing? Yo, I'm like, actually, no. I just, had a quick breakfast with my husband, and I'm just coming in. I'll change and I'll fix my hair. They're like, oh, you wanted your husband looking like that? And immediately, like, all the
You feel so
confidence I had
small.
accumulated that day, it just went straight to the gutter. No ukiona mtu anakwambia hivyo, anakaa venye anajisikia. But because they are, more prevalent, more, like you look up to them, for lack of better words. You take that really, really, to heart, and it really bugs you for a while. And I'll never forget, for a long time, I was just like, wow, so I should never wear mosudo. I was so sad, because mosudo is my go-to hairstyle, you guys. Me nabanga mosudo all the time. So I felt so little, I felt so insecure. There's like so many things that happened in that one. Even that day, I don't think I performed very well, but it's okay. To each their own. Me personally, I will rock up in my mosudo. I will rock up in my dera. What you gonna do about it?
Exactly. But people's opinions sometimes, especially when they're forced down your throats, that's outrightly rude. And sometimes people can be like, but this generation, these days, everyone goes out of their way to be offended. No, I'm not being offended. I'm actually telling you that I felt bad that you said that about me, because it's all about the tone you use. Sometimes you can, the way somebody will tell you something will determine how you're going to take that information.
Absolutely, yeah.
If you tell me, oh, your dress is a bit short today, what's happening? Okay, thighs, okay, we see you. That's different from a person who'll be like, hey, kwa utakuweka matako yako yote nje leo. Like, the delivery, the tone, the way you say somebody, the intention behind your opinion about somebody else's life kind of determines how they're going to consume whatever you've told them. And speaking of opinions, when maybe you're dealing with something like, for example, acne. You've been dealing with acne for a hot minute. You have been trying the solution. This is your life.
Or the hairline has just decided to.
Exactly. Your hairline is receding.
The edges.
Unaamka tu asubuhi unapaka mafuta tu. You have been this is very personal to you. So obviously you've been trying to get every solution to work for you. You've gone to dermatologists. You have done everything. And then on a random Saturday, somebody walks up to you and says, like, have you tried this? Trust me, it works. Have you tried it? I don't think you've tried it. You don't look like you're actually trying to solve this issue of yours. Me, I don't think you're serious about this. Have you tried this and this and this and this? Let me actually give you their number, because me, I don't think you're serious about this acne thing of yours. Let me show you. Or you're telling somebody, I've been working on losing weight. This is what I've been doing. Portion control before the camera rolled. We've just talked about portion control and the struggle. I've been going through it. So you're telling your friend, hey, this is what I've been doing. Me, I don't think it's working. They're like, hey, Miss Zanuko, serious. Wacha nikwambie what has actually worked for me. Mimi, nimekuwa nikikunywa maji ya ndimu kila asubuhi.
Rice water with lemon.
And if you wanted to be serious, ungekuwa na flat tummy size.
Yes.
Like forcing your recommendation down people's throats as if you know better about their life is just rude, because that was the reason. What makes you think they haven't tried everything under the sun, and they've gotten to where they've gotten? They're like, okay, let me wait now. Let me see what works now. So
when I got acne and acne scars, it was so problematic. Maka, now you feel like, okay, maybe I need to like do a makeup constantly.
And you were very aware of it.
Yeah, you're like, I just need to cover this up constantly. So you're always wearing makeup and stuff. It got to a point I'm like, who is this benefiting? Excuse me. If these acne scars never go away, am I just going to live my life under the guise of makeup? Apana. And I started not wearing makeup. I'm just like, yeah, fuck it. What are you going to do about it?
And then somebody goes out of there to kind of point it out,
Right?
And I'm like, hey, this is my... I wake up to this every single morning. So before you tell me something is happening to my face, I have seen it. I have seen it, babe.
Gosh.
You better calm down. You better tone it down. As in, shut your mouth, is what I'm saying. Keep quiet.
Your mouth is moving too fast.
Shanice.
Shut it.
Yappa, yappa, yappa.
Oh my god! I think another one, and this one happens especially like because of the culture that we're in and being Kenyan and African. There's the thing about where it's become normalized for aunties whenever you're going to like anywhere. Ukienda ushago, ukienda when you're meeting up with family and relatives, and you really are, single, living your best life, just working, pushing your career. Unasikia na uliolewa ama uko na boyfriend ama nikutafutie. By the way, unajua nilisikia Kimani.
By the way, we were told that Kimani and Kamau are going to sue us.
Sorry.
Odhiambo then.
Umesikia? Otieno ako single. Kwanza alikuwa amepitia hapa. Mama yake alikuwa nikupatia namba. I'm just like, okay, auntie.
Why are you so bothered about
auntie? Okay, auntie. The same auntie whose husband you saw hitting on your friend at the exact same event. Unashindwa sasa nikuanzie wewe ama niwachane tu na wewe because you clearly have way more problems than I do, me being single. What's the problem? Ai ujolewa hadi sahi. How old are you again? It's like, that is offensive. That it always stings so hard when they bring the ageism in the mix with the marital status. Actually, you guys have been dating for how long? I'll never forget. Someone told one of our mutual friends, and we laugh about this at work all the time. They're like, 4 years dating, kwani degree. I'm like, hey.
Now you're going home to pressure your partner.
Hey, my God. Kwani degree. I'm just like, where did that even come from?
Keep quiet.
Can you even stop pushing people to get married? Marriage is not possible for everyone. Number two, not in due time. In due time. If you force someone to get married and then something bad happens to them during their marriage, then what? What are you going to say for yourself? You people.
It's not for everybody. And speaking of relationships, there are these opinions that people just, questions that people ask when people are maybe in a partnership or in a marriage and they have children together. And sometimes, when a man and a woman come together and they have fun, sometimes they create a child. And sometimes, the shade inaendaga like printer, inaenda ikiisha ink. So unapata firstborn anakaa hivi, alafu inaenda gradually. So by the time unafika kwa lastborn, the color different sana, okay? So now here you are at the park or at a restaurant with your children, you're just having fun. And they just don't look like the same shade from one household. And somebody comes and says, hi, are they all from the same father? Same dad or different dads? Because, they look kind of interesting, That thing of questioning the paternity of people's children.
Hey, DNA test detector.
That is rude.
Gosh.
That is not you being concerned at maybe they were switched in hospital. That is you being a nosy, rude person. What do you mean same daddy? And if not,
then
if I
what?
say no, 3 baby daddies, what you gonna do?
Gosh.
What you going to do? How is that information going to help you out? How is it going to reduce the price of unga?
Gosh.
I have never understood questioning the paternity of other people's children, especially when you're not involved. If you are the baby daddy and you looked at your bomber like this, you're like, hey, ako karastborn by the way. The math is not mathing, okay? Haruki kama mimi. That kind of makes sense. You're the dad. You can ask your babe, hey babe, my wife, aka, tuli exchange your hospitali, ama, something happened.
Oh my God.
It kind of makes sense when it's from the household. But if you're not part of the household and you're out here questioning the paternity
of someone else's
someone's kid, that's rude.
I feel like even outrightly just like shaming people for having so many baby daddies. Okay, look, I say this quite often. Okay, the first child is an oopsie, we accept. The second one, you fell in love, you forgot the pain of the first one, but the third one, now you're asking for too much. And I say that in jest, but like if you really, really think about it, for a person to have 3 children by one baby daddy or multiple baby daddies, like how is that my concern, honestly? I think let's just stop shaming people for liking sex and for having children because they like sex. Like what's wrong with being a little freaky? Maybe you're a little freaky. What's wrong with it?
I think
maybe their charts told them that they should have 10 children and you over here shaming them for having 3. When are they going to get the other 7 if you've already stopped blocking their shine? Can you please stop? myself included, stop shaming people.
If the children are healthy,
Yeah.
you have absolutely no right to shame a girl for having multiple baby daddies.
You do you.
These children are well fed, they are well taken care of, they go to school,
Do you, boo?
they are healthy, they're good. Why are you shaming me for having multiple baby daddies?
Child,
What's
and
your
having
problem?
a sexual appetite. What's
Because
your issue?
maybe sometimes, like the first thing, nobody sets out to be a single parent. Nobody is always daydreaming about.
Well,
I'm
there
gonna
are a
have,
few people.
you know, a single,
The age of feminism.
a single parent household.
income.
So, you know, nobody just sits there and craves that. You know, like when we're growing up, we're thinking of a white picket fence and a happy family.
Child.
So clearly something didn't go right. You know, me and my first partner, things didn't go, work out. We separated, we divorced. So am I supposed to stay like that? You know, stars aligned. I found my soulmate.
Yeah.
And we would like to, you know, continue this family. So here we are having
baby.
another child.
Then it doesn't work out. Then I have another one. Look, do you?
The second one.
You know, that's what I'm saying. Like the first one, the second one, it's okay. The third, surely.
Jaribu, you work out.
But
all
like,
I'm
there's
saying
also
is,
nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with you pursuing your happiness.
Do
but
you,
also
boo-boo?
think about the consequences.
Get
but
yours.
also don't shame people for having baby daddies. Okay?
Get yours, baby. Get yours. Maybe not too many, but
Don't
like,
shame the parent who stayed, is what I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah. But also like birth control. Like, do you know what I mean? Like options are there.
You know, like, but what
But why
what
we
if you fall in
judging?
love all the time?
Yeah,
if
maybe
you're a
you're like
lover
a
girl
lover
like
girl.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Do you, boo boo? Do you? And we are refusing to judge, to make a ta. From today henceforth, I will not judge you for having many children. I refuse.
Hey, in this economy.
Imagine.
Exactly, and that's the line. In this economy, you have seven children.
Hi.
I remember like my cousin like just popping kids. You know, like she started after me, but she was just popping. And I'm just like, guy. I shamed her, but you know, in the confines of my household, like in my own bedroom, I was like, guy, Nikki, what you can't be doing this in this economy. So if you're going to shame somebody, kama unawashwa sana, do it inside.
Pole.
Peke yako tu.
Unamwita.
Si unamwita peke yako.
Peke yako. Oh, internally.
Si anajua.
Okay.
Kwani she doesn't know she has children. She's very aware.
Okay.
So kama
like
inakuwasha sana,
judgmentally.
keti peke yako pale useme,
Ujambie,
guy,
guy.
unapata mtoto.
Au tunapeleka.
Yeah. Kai inakuwasha sana.
And honestly, as we're moving on into like the millionaires of this world, I feel like there's another issue about people shaming others for what they have or what they don't have. Specifically what you have. And I used to be so bored that yo, can ease societal pressure mpaka kila mtu lazima kuwe na iPhone, lazima you be driving you where if you can't drive you have to take a taxi, Uber everywhere. And honestly, all of these standards have been set up because of the pressure that is there in how will people perceive me, right? Have you ever like pulled up your phone? I love him talking like, Kai.
Buzima yo in Phoenix, baby.
Ndio na guy. Na wenyewe ni mrembo.
There's a text I had that used to overheat.
I had a Sony ilikuwa mpaka na raba. Unafunga hivi na raba. Juu imefura battery.
And a laptop. There's this, you know, when I joined uni, the laptop I had was those ancient ones. So nikiekele hivi, you know, like you're watching movies in bed. So like it would
a generator.
I remember somebody I was dating being like, hey, zima hiyo kitu kabla tuchome mattress. And iliniwasha sababu sikuwa na pesa ya MacBook.
Gosh.
Hata imeficha ningeangalia hivi, sikuwa na uwezo wa kununua MacBook. So ilini hurt sana. Alini poverty shame, by the way.
Yeah, so stop putting expectations on people. And, you know, forcing them to fit that mound that you want them to fit into. It's not right.
And a very sensitive thing that people do inappropriate things around, which is food. Okay? Especially when you're plus size and you're a little bit of a big girl, you know? eating in front of other people can be a bit uncomfortable. And as somebody who has been on both sides, I've been incredibly skinny and I've been what I am right now. And I found that I've had very different experiences on both ends. When I was skinny, it was always people encouraging me to eat. Hey, kula, ongezea huyo, mtu anapita na mokimo, leta, huyo kulangi, anaekewa, which was also very, jarring and very rude for you to assume that I'm not eating because, you find me skinny. And I think I even told this story of where, I was postpartum, I had just had my baby, and my aunties came to see me. And these are people who have come to visit you and see the child. And remember, there's a comment that really got to me because my auntie was like, "Ebu mweke mokimo hataki kukula, asi lose figure, sijui ndo asi." And I was like, what? What do you mean? You've come to see my child and you're already body shaming me and saying that I am not apparently eating because I don't want to lose my figure. That makes absolutely no sense. Because it's like putting two and two together. Like, I would sacrifice being a good mom to keep my figure. That thing bothered me. And today, I never talked to her, baby. I hope you know it's because of that.
I get it, girl.
I
get it.
But now, like, being a big girl and being a bit thick, eating in front of other people makes me feel some type of way, because sometimes you'll serve yourself food and you'll see that disapproving look from other people. Like, do you need that? Do you need all of that? And even when you're eating in front of people, you're very conscious, because obviously there's been somebody who has said something about you. You're at a wedding, harusi umeenda kula pilau, unaenda kula mapochopocho, umepata. There was something at your wedding, ilikuwa ugali nini?
Basil ugali.
Ushaikula basil ugali. Kwa hivyo umejiwekea hiyo kama ni half plate. In fact, you went with two plates because you need to figure out what people are eating. Umeweka his side delicacy, alafu urudie round ya fruits, sababu we don't believe on putting fruits on top of stew and nyama. We're not raised like that. So umegonga round ngapi kwa line ya chakula? 3. You can get away with it when you're skinny, you know?
Yep.
But me, being a big girl, do you really need that? Ukiambia mama wa food akuongezee nyama, anasema, "Hey, wamefika wale wa kukula."
Guy,
that's rude. And then everybody laughs and it's funny and it's haha. I'm going to laugh with you, yes, but tumefika kukula.
Yep.
But Loki, it kind of hit me, because what do you mean, wamefika?
That used to happen a lot with my good friend. It used to happen quite a lot, because like you'd go over to his house, to their house, and it's like, it's a food fest. There's
exactly.
Food everywhere.
You've called us to eat.
But their food ilikuwa mob. See, they were featuring food. No, they had food consistently. But like, you're the only big person there. Like everyone else is like super tiny, and there's this there's a thing about their culture where everyone is always like trying to be super tiny, and it's like a consistent. You will hear them talking smack about each other. They even had a friend, Olukonabita. I'm telling you about Koi. I'm like, who's Koi? So the fatty. No, ukiona mwenye anaitwa fatty na wewe, you are like 2 times bigger than this babe. So you're like, guys, they're calling her fatty. What do they call me behind my back? And I was like, every time we'd go out, like I would barely eat. I would barely ever eat because of that. Automatically, in the back of your head,
when we
they're
went to B&D
judging you
together. When we went to B&D, did you notice we didn't eat?
We didn't eat.
She even like took back the pork because it had a bit of fat.
Yep.
This is the
it
pork
had
that
fat.
I had. Not fat, alisema it had like a hair.
Oh, kanyuele.
Kafa.
Yeah.
In pork, I had already started eating before she
said
it
already started eating. And then she's like, how come? Take this back. It has fat on it. Turi's face.
And I'm like, what do you mean? As in, sini pork, situwajua hii ni ngozi. Ninaendelea.
Gosh.
After that, we wanted to order like more food. So like, I'll get wings and fries. Like, what do you guys want? Mimi nishasema nataka wings and fries. Akasema, one portion won't be enough for all of us. I felt.
Do you know? And I thought it was just me in my head, but oh yeah, it's true then.
In my head, I was just like, big back, big back,
She
big
was
back, big back.
constantly shaming, and it was even sometimes it wasn't really even her shaming me really. It was how she perceived herself that made me feel so weird. Cause like we would go to, like, the story would be, we would go for our regular walks, right? And then after we walk, like the whole time we're getting back to the restaurant, after we've just walked, we've gotten into a restaurant. She's like, oh my god, we just walked 5 hours, and here we are taking back all the calories that we lost. But hey, okay. And I'm just like, oh my god, yeah, but there we are. Like, this is very counterintuitive. Like, things I never think of. Do you know what I mean? And I was just like constantly, I was like, oh, everything was a problem. It's too much sugar. You know me, I don't add this to that. Do you know me, I don't add to that. I was like, I was always nervous when it came to eating around her.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, yeah, if you feel like you're fat, and then I'm this size, then what am I? Do you know? And it used to, baby.
So like the next time you told me, oh, we're going to Gemini, let's go. I was like, no,
No,
nikae
no.
njaa, mimi siendi. I was like, no, babes,
Sisi
I'm
tukienda
busy.
tukiwa tu mimi na yeye. Guy, you see how much we eat. Chips as Jetosha. Bring another.
Another
will
one,
eat.
please.
We eat.
Because when you tell me I'm going to be at the club, hungry,
Drinking.
drinking,
Hey.
no. Personally,
Oh
I set
my
the
God.
foundation.
Oh my
Eh?
God. Lazima.
When you think I can't afford
You
it,
have to line it.
mimi nakulanga sana.
And that's the thing. It's like you have the money to do it, but like you're being shamed into not doing
Exactly.
it. I'm not like, apana, but I've suffered enough.
Aye.
I've suffered enough.
Guy.
Nah.
Hey, nilienda home nikafyonza kwa
Hey.
ugali, by the way. Nilienda nikakoroga ugali yangu nikajambia never ever shall I go out with that babe again. Because
And
what
then
the hell,
every time,
man?
like, they'd leave and then she'd come back and then we'd, like, link up. She's like, oh my God, you've lost weight. I'm just like, girl, I'm the same size I was.
So no, like, you know,
So, like,
subconsciously,
subconsciously, in a
you wanna lose weight for the
because
next
you're
time
like,
you see her.
yeah, I me, it was too much pressure. Baby, me,
Yeah.
no, I refuse to keep such friends anymore. Hey, abana, nimegata kabisa. And then another one is like, guy, this one is rough. Look, you know that thing when you see in movies that people just went to see their friend giving birth, and they see the baby and they're like, oh my God, it's so cute. I love her. She has your eyes. He has your toes. He has your brows.
Such a cute baby.
Such a cute baby. When we all know deep inside, all babies when they're born, they look like aliens.
Well,
Now that is common practice. That is what we should be doing. Even if somebody's child, you say it in the back of your head, huko mwisho, huko nyuma, huko subconsciously, and even then, okay, like, what kind of person am I? But like saying that shit out loud, telling someone, okay, so wow, it's maskio, but they'll grow into them. Because they look to maskio and children growing into them. Can people stop saying that to people's children?
yeah.
Okay, that's a nose. But yeah, they'll grow into it.
Ako na ile mapua ya baba yake. What do you mean? You're
Commenting.
shaming my child. It's one thing if you tell me, hey, your mapua yako inakaa vile inataka. I'm an adult, you're an adult, I can take it. I can also tell you, hey, yeah, that's because, yeah. I can have a clap back. All we're saying is, at the end of the day, introspect before you say something. And this is why I can't be friends with you if you're not able to code switch.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not able to walk in a room
Yeah.
and read the room and realize, okay, that was not needed. I don't need to say this. I don't need to act like this. I need to act differently. If you're not able to code switch as an adult,
Ngumu.
I'm not friends with you because it's difficult, you know, especially if you're always afraid of what somebody is going to say. You know, like when you can catch somebody's face change because of something somebody
Someone
else
said,
has said.
yeah.
If you always yapa, mimi stories zako nitakutoroka. What do you mean you can't code switch and you're an adult? So always be conscious about what you're saying. Before you point out something to somebody, ask yourself, if they said it to me, how would I feel? You know, and even if you like, I would find it helpful, but is it helpful?
Is it really?
To them?
Is
you
it
know,
really?
Can they switch? Can they change? Do you have a solution for them? Ama, you're just telling them so that they know something they already know.
Imagine.
Like,
And that's why people hate their partners, by the
Hauna
way.
haga, to be honest.
Ba-
Hauna haga. Hauna nyash.
No, the worst
Front
one
and back
for
is
me,
the same.
I was told, dera bila taco ni kanzu. Dera bila taco ni kanzu. That nigga dead now, but okay.
He dead.
He dead.
Not a karma.
Dead.
When you make people feel bad, you die.
Ew, that thing will wash at me because I.
What do you mean? So before, because even if you're being helpful, even if they go to the gym or they go for surgery,
It's genetics.
it's gonna take.
You're forcing
Yes.
people to get like plastic surgery so that they can fit your mound.
Boo, wacheni, be
Abba, please,
conscious.
no. Yeah, no. I'm okay. Or shaming them for their partners. That's why people hate their partners. Unafichwa kama bangi because the last time ulipelekwa nje mtu alisema hey,
Guy, New
show
York.
me. As long as you're happy,
As
chummy.
long as you're happy, chummy.
Unafichwa kama bangi.
I'm not laughing because I have shamed someone's partner.
No, but like you get it though.
But I kind of get it. And you know, like the justification, and girlfriends do this a
All
lot,
the
you know.
time, yeah.
Like you're a group of friends, somebody's dating somebody new, and they're looking for a picture to show you. And when they show you, like, oh, and then now, because she not got the reaction she wanted.
Yeah.
Let me look for another
picture.
He doesn't look, he looks good in
this
person,
angle.
please.
Eh.
Let me look for another picture.
Wait.
In fact, he has a lot of money. Akona pesa.
Sasa
Akona
sikia, I'm
doms.
starting to justify this man because sasa,
Stop shaming
doing
people's
it.
partners.
Stop.
Okay? Or your boys, you're like, hey, mzee, uwezi kuwai.
Hey.
Uwezi.
Hey, hapo.
Hiyo hapana.
Ai.
And then unaanza kuambia nyie mjui vile na nyie hamjui vile mimi
Ga,
namjua.
bro.
Acheni.
Achana na huyo dem.
Achaneni na.
No, imagine stop.
Stop making other people justify their partners.
Because at that one, you can't change a person's face. And you've already fallen in love. Now what am I supposed to do?
Nitadu na nimempenda na masikio yake. Nitadu.
Huyo masikio cheve. Remember that? Masikio cheve,
So tumeanza
surely.
bullying. Check it. Please subscribe. Please share. Please like. Please comment. Even if you have a big nose or masikio cheveve, we
It's
love
okay,
you.
we love you.
You're a buddy for life.
Yeah. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that every time we have a new episode, you get notified in good time. Yeah, we'll see you next Friday.
Bye.
Masikio cheve.